Time now for our international press review in the papers today with the one and only Sophie Davidson. Sophie, where are you going to start?
Well, let's start with Iran. Huge coverage around the world on Iran's launching of a satellite. They say it's for research and telecoms. Europe and the US are worried that it's a military move. Now, let's start with The Independent in the UK. They talk to a defence analyst who rubbishes Iran's reasons for launching the rocket and satellite. They're not going to all that trouble just to beam down Ayatollah Khomeini. That's what they've got to say on that.
So the Iranians, we see they're led by Ahmadinejad on the phone there in that picture. They're praying at the time of the launch of the satellite, weren't they?
That's right.
And they're adamant it's all peaceful stuff.
They're adamant it's all peaceful stuff. It's almost been, portrayed as a celebration of the 30-year anniversary of the Islamic Revolution. Took the front page, of course, of the Figaro. Iran provoking Obama and Europe is worried is the headline there. It talks about how Europe is willing to take America's lead in how to negotiate with Iran, and they want how Europe is waiting to see how Obama's administration is going to continue with those negotiations. But interestingly enough, in the New York Times, there's an article that this article touches on how successful elections in Iraq won't put an end to Iran's ambitions. Tehran believes its influence in the region is expanding, and the New York Times here says that it's not surprising after Obama's acquiescent attitude to Iran so far. So interesting that they're taking the point of view that Obama is being acquiescent towards Iran there. Now let's go to the Times in the UK. This adding another dimension to the story. It's an exclusive they have that Obama is seeking a deal with Russia to slash nuclear weapons, with a couple of articles spinning off from this on how it would help deal with the Iran situation. They talk to analysts who say that Obama wants Russia's help in convincing Tehran to stop its nuclear work and for Russia to stop providing Iran with parts. And of course, the bargaining tool there is not to, put the American satellite in Poland and Eastern Europe. So that's kind of how we're...
Enriched uranium from Russia going to Tehran, and obviously that's leading to suspicions that the nuclear program isn't peaceful either. Okay,
exactly.
Lots of mistrust across the front pages on Iran and the satellites. Shoe throwing next. Now, obviously, there's a bit of a vogue for this, isn't there?
There is. I mean, it's incredibly in fashion at the moment, isn't it? But really interesting for China. China normally censors its media to extremes. In the South China Morning Post, though, we're told that China media, China State TV, played CCTV footage of the shoe throwing incident at Cambridge University, which was when Premier Wen Jiabao had a shoe thrown at him during his speech. Now, at the time, mainline Chinese media vaguely reported on it and said that he'd just been interrupted by a Western man. There was no mention of a shoe, and no mention of quite how drastic, that event was. So it's kind of a break with tradition of the suppression of embarrassing events for leaders, that they played the CCTV footage on TV at all.
I suppose it depends how they actually reported it. Move on to your last item, which I'm slightly concerned about.
Yeah, it's a medical first, and apparently easier than childbirth, says Mrs. Johnson.
Okay.
She had her kidney removed through her vagina. She's donating it to her niece. It's the first time that this has happened for an organ donation, and medics are hoping her experiences will spur other donors to go this route.
Okay. Ouch. There we go. The kidney removed in a whole different way, and I suppose that's a medical advancement. Sophie, thank you very much for that. That was our international press review. Watching France 24. Stay with us.